Breaking news, guys. Andy Ruiz Jr. is talking about losing weight versus Anthony Joshua in the rematch. I think it's a terrible 100%, 1,000% terrible decision for Andy Ruiz to lose the weight to fight Anthony Joshua. I think he loses in devastating fashion if he loses that. Guys, Andy Ruiz Jr. looked fast when he was fat. He looked in shape when he was fat. He needs to go into the fight how he won the fight last time. No changes need to be made. He needs to go in the fight, weigh in the exact amount of weight he weighed when he fought Anthony Joshua. Because he'll be able to take Joshua punches a lot better. This is a post about Andy Ruiz asking for more money. He knows he's going to lose the fight. He wants at least $50 million. He says $9 million is not enough. So he's not fighting Anthony Joshua until he gets more than $9 million guaranteed. That shows you right there Andy Ruiz is being greedy. Andy Ruiz knows his 50 seconds of fame is about to be. Guys, I was not the biggest fan of Anthony Joshua, so this is not an Anthony Joshua's fanboy video. Yeah, I like the guy, but I wasn't his biggest fan. I wasn't the biggest fan of Andy Ruiz either. I'm just giving you guys my honest opinion. If Andy Ruiz loses this weight, he is getting sparked out. Anthony Joshua will expose Andy Ruiz Jr. in the rematch if Andy Ruiz loses this weight. Do you see how much Andy Ruiz was able to absorb Joshua's power because of all that extra weight? If he loses that weight, he will lose in devastating fashion. The only person that needs to lose weight is Joshua. Joshua needs to lose muscle mass. Joshua needs to be lean like the Joshua that fought. Not the Joshua that fought Klitschko, but the Joshua that fought Dillian White. Joshua needs to be lean. If he comes into this fight overweight, he loses this fight because he's going to gas out. There's going to be a lot of pressure in his muscle, and he's going to lose. A lot of air in his muscle, he's going to lose. But if Andy Ruiz loses weight and Joshua loses weight, Andy Ruiz is at risk of getting knocked out cold. Andy Ruiz doesn't need to change anything in his game plan. He doesn't need to change anything. He needs to go in to the fight exactly how he was in the first fight. Because if he changed anything to his camp, he's done. Joshua already admitted the only reason why he lost to Andy Ruiz because he kept thinking about Deontay Wilder. I agree with that. That's why Joshua lost. Joshua wasn't focused on Andy Ruiz. His main focus was fighting Deontay Wilder. He was fighting in America. He wanted to put on the show. Deontay Wilder had just fought Dominic Brazil and had a spectacular knockout. Anthony Joshua couldn't get that off his mind. Anthony Joshua let that distracted him. And it showed in the fight when he got caught by a guy that didn't deserve to be in there with him, and Andy Ruiz Jr. Because he didn't earn his way to a Joshua fight. He was chosen. He was chosen to fight Joshua as a replacement. He didn't earn his way to that fight. And rumor says Anthony Joshua was knocked out by that guy right there. Rumor says Anthony Joshua was knocked out by Joey DeWecco going into the Anthony Joshua fight. Joshua was stopped in sparring. How true is that? I'm not really sure. But Anthony Joshua, if he loses the muscle and he comes in the best shape of his life, and you can actually see his abs. Like, look at this picture. He looks fat. He doesn't look in great shape. He looks fat in this picture. He needs to lose the weight, lose the muscle, come back, and be a little bit more fluid. Andy Ruiz doesn't need to do anything. He needs to just work on being the best Andy Ruiz that he can be. The guy's even eating healthier, not even eating Snickers. You need your power bars. Why won't you eat your Snickers? I got Anthony Joshua going in there and knocking out Andy Ruiz, sparked out cold, Anthony Joshua feels embarrassed. He lost to a guy that should have never been in there with him, a guy that didn't earn his way to a championship fight, a guy that didn't deserve to be in a ring with him, a guy that didn't even deserve to tie his shoes. He lost to that guy. I mean, it was embarrassing. He knows that. Anthony Joshua knows how embarrassing the loss is. That's why when he talks about it, he gets angry, But this is boxing. Things happen. All you do, you give Andy Ruiz a fair shake. You fight him wherever, even though I feel like the fight should be in New York. Repeat that in New York, not wherever. But at least it's on neutral grounds. But Anthony Joshua wins the rematch in impressive fashion, man. He's going to show you why an 18-0 Anthony Joshua was able to beat Vladimir Klitschko, because his levels to boxing, and Andy Ruiz is not on Anthony Joshua's level. You guys are following the bandwagon. You think Andy Ruiz can beat Joshua? You're hallucinating. The first fight, Joshua wasn't mentally there. Boxing is a mental game, guys. You guys got to remember that. If a fighter goes into a boxing match and his mind is on other things, like, for example, Daniel Jacobs, when he lost to Purod, he had just suffered a death in his family. His mind wasn't right. That's why he took that loss. Anthony Joshua's mind wasn't right. That's why he's lost. But I don't want to make too much excuses for Joshua. This is professional boxing. You don't play boxing. So any given night, anybody can lose. It's the heavyweight division. But in my opinion, Andy Ruiz is making a big mistake by losing weight for Anthony Joshua. He's at a huge disadvantage already. If he loses the weight, he'll be at an even bigger disadvantage. And he's going to get knocked out cold